So, guess who's back? And we're just going to jump right on into. Excuse me, I felt those coming on, and I did have a mocha frappe today. So, who knows? But usually, like I always tell you guys, I can just burp on a whim. Like, if you want me to burp when I do my burping sessions, just like, excuse me. But yes, I wanted to talk more about the feeder session, the gainer session, fetish, and the gainer fetish, because I get a lot of guys, how big are you? Are you trying to get bigger? I'll actually do a story one day about when I first started Cami, and that was like very sparingly. I wouldn't even call it like part time, and how I thought like being at my size, I would only cater to the BBW market. Rude awakening, that wasn't the case at all. Even though I put myself in the BBW category and I fit it, and even sometimes I don't, because you have a lot of guys who want to be like, oh, you're thick or this and that, or, they have some guys that are into the BBW fetish. They're really into like highlighting your body. They want to see, your rolls, your curves. They want to see that extra fat and all of that. And I love my body and all of this, but I'm not just into, fetishizing, fat. And as much as I body positivity with everyone, a lot of fat isn't the most healthiest for us. So I don't want to like fetishize, because when I'm always talking about, I have no problem with what you guys are into and this and that, if it's legal and not harming yourself or harming others. And that's the kind of thing with the feeding and feeder fetish. Because in all reality, when you are like 5'5" and pushing 500 pounds plus, you can't be your full self. You can't. And you're not at your healthiest. And I get it. There's a lot of things people are into, but I stick to fetishes that, just like I stated, not harming yourself or harming anyone else. And in the long run, it does. Everybody's beautiful. Everybody is, no matter what shape, size they are. Every, like say, beauty is the eye of the beholder. You have people that attract people for various reasons, whether it's their body type, rather it's, their eyes, their lips, their intellect, whatever the case may be. But for me, I want to lose weight, and I don't want to lose weight in the sense that, well, I'm actually already losing a bit of weight, but in the sense that, I have never been, what I wanted to say, the last time I was considered skinny was probably junior high. So that's not in the cards. I'm always going to be thick. I'm always going to be nice and plump. I'm always going to have hips and thighs, and I absolutely love it. I would probably cry if that was to happen. There have been times I have tried to weigh my boobs and my butt, because I'm like, this is the weight I don't want to lose. I need to factor this in. Like, this isn't going nowhere. But yes, for me, it's not a fetish I'm into. And let's be really clear. I can eat. I will gorge myself at times when I shouldn't. I love a good unlimited brunch. I love a good, like a really nice buffet, like Captain George's out Virginia Beach. There's a few in my hometown city as well, where it's more like unlimited tapas of those things. And I love places like that. Usually I prepare myself where I'm not trying to eat as heavy for the few days beforehand, so I can sit up there and rake it in. And I just need to like relax, burp a bit, maybe let out some gas, take a walk, and I'm ready to go right back in, like with no problem. But I'm not into, really filming all of that, or doing a session where I'm just like constantly eating back to back, and it's not really for enjoyment. And when I'm eating a lot, I don't really think to like, film it. There's times where I can polish off my paint of Ben and Jerry's with no problem. I could eat a nice size, probably like more of a small piece. I don't really like all that bread, but I will tear those piece of toppings up in that crust. And there's some times where I can, but for me, film it because I get a request. I've turned down quite a few customer requests to do like a gorging overeating, and I feel as though if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it the way they want. I'm not going to, you know, try to do editing where I'm eating a little bit here, then come back. It will be filmed in a session or something, a full, you know, full amount of time where I'm actually, you know, doing that. But they don't, like, I have some videos where I'm like eating strawberries or yogurt or something, and I literally sold like one of those videos. Like, we were like, what? Like, it's more so just watching me eating, not like me stuffing myself or of that nature. So yes, like I've had guys that do just want to have a nice casual chat and see me just eat whatever I plan on eating that day. That is perfectly fine. But actually doing a session where I'm really focusing on eating and gaining, like I can do a role play, and I've done sessions where it's more like we're talking about me eating and gaining, we're talking about me eating all this, and you know the guy knew up front that this was a role play. Like it's not like I really just went out and ate 10 hamburgers and like polished 3 funnel cakes or something, but he thoroughly enjoyed it. My imagination is crazy. So and very detailed when I'm doing more role play or just it's a talking or it's a phone session or something of that nature. So yeah, that's my take on it. I think I kind of, as usual, dwindled off a few avenues. You know, I try to just tie it in. You know, I start out here and I go there. But that's my take. I would love for you guys to hear your feedback because I know you guys might not have been really expecting my view on it. My view of being like, I'm not against it. I'm just not, you know, for it. It's not like you know, I'm out there like, those are one of those fetishes that I feel as though falls under the realm of, you know, you're aiding, harming someone else in the long run, and, or harming yourself. So I'm just not like pro feeder. I don't have anything against it though. I would never put anyone down for it. I do know it makes them happy, and there's a lot of things, a lot of worse things that people do that are, you know, I lost my train of thought, that are more harmful than, you know, overeating and stuffing yourself. So it's not like I'm like with a pitchfork out like that it sucks. That really no. If that's your fetish, I just believe to practice it responsible. And I know it's hard because the whole thing of being a feeder and a feeder and then gaining is that you want to keep gaining. You want to see you get bigger. Your partner or your your sub, your master, whatever your relationship dynamic is, you want to keep gaining. So it's hard to be like, oh, well, I'm at 350, so we'll stop. Or, you know, you kind of want to keep gaining. You might start out at 100 and just get to like 250, and you're like, okay, well, this is good for me, but you kind of want to keep gaining. So you can try to practice it responsible. I think I've heard people in certain settings where they allow themselves to just partake in it and do it as a more role play form as me. That person is eating a lot at that amount of time, but this isn't on a consistent basis. It's like they're gorging. They're like, this is their playtime, just like any other playtime you have with your partner or, you know, your dom or your mistress or whatever the case. So if you guys are switches, you do it's your playtime. Some people, you're not like, you know, you might not live it 24/7 but you guys have that playtime together. And in this is, it's a playtime. You guys aren't, they're not living to gain 24/7 at that time. You know, they're just fully immersing themselves in it, fully enjoying themselves, gaining, and, you know, seeing if they can pick up the pounds and, you know, different things, and just keep on eating and adding to it. But that's for a certain amount of time and then it's done. So I think that's a great way to partake in something, and you guys aren't, you know, in the long run, you know, in a sense, you know, harming yourself, or, you know, you get to the point where, well, I was just about to say when they can't do nothing for themselves, but part of the feeder fetish, there's a lot of people who do enjoy that they get to do everything for their feeding. So, I'm not going to say that, but there's different, everyone has their own interpretation. Everyone has what they like about specific things with a fetish. Not everyone likes everything about it. So this is where you guys come in. I definitely want to hear from feeders and feedies that do enjoy it. And, I would love to hear how you got started on it. What's your current weight? What's your goal weight? And my view. Do you ever feel as though this will be, in a harmful aspect? Do you feel as though you would stop? Are you going to keep continuing? Had that thought ever crossed your mind about this could ultimately, be super harmful for me? I'm doing horrible things to my body and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, and I know it can be like addictive, like anything we love, it's like a good drug. But so I would love to hear all types of views and comics, and as always, keep it. I like to say, positive, keep it, but constructive criticism is always good. I just don't want any, negativity to anyone, on my channel. But I love to share, constructive opinions and your thoughts and how you feel. And if you're new here and you are kind of like lost, like what the hell is this chick talking about? Check out some of my other videos and try to see like certain things we talk about and discuss so you can get a feel for it. If this is all new to you, hey, just comment, let me know you're new. Maybe you stumbled here because you might subconsciously want to partake in feeding and feeder. Who knows? As usual, you guys have fun. Social media links. I go like this because I never know like where I'm going to put in. So it's just like, social media links, websites, info, all those things. I gotta turn my phone off. Are all around and below and wherever else. So, please feel free to check me out wherever. Follow me. I always say virtually stalk me, just virtual online. And as usual, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Be true, be you, be your kinky self. All right, you guys, have a great one. Your goddess is watching you. I'm watching you.